That's great. And coming down in 3, 2, 1. All right, hello, Facebook. We're back here once again. Happy to report a 2-0 lead for the Sarnia Sting against the Sioux Greyhounds. What a great place to be. And we're live on TikTok, but back here on Facebook. And I mentioned earlier that we're going to have a special guest, and Caden is joining me here. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. I saw what was going on over here, and I know a bit of the story. But this is called Act of Kindness.
Yes.
But this started a few years ago at a high school. Talk about what this is.
Okay, so 4 years ago, in the class that I was in, along with the people I'm with here, we started a initiative to raise awareness for mental health and help families in need for Christmas.
Yep.
Which we call the Act of Kindness. So we sell shirts to promote awareness for mental health, and then all the proceeds go towards families in need for Christmas.
That's awesome. Where did this come from? Like, why? Like, you could pick anything, to support. Why mental health? So
actually, my dad was the teacher.
Okay.
And a year before that, he got diagnosed with severe depression.
Okay.
And we didn't really know what mental health was before that.
Sure.
And then after that, because he used to do an anti-bullying, but that slowly faded away. Not as much. Then people don't talk about mental health, so we're like, what's something else we can do that's cool?
Right.
So we did the mental health initiative.
I think that's great. I think I probably interviewed your dad a few years ago at Great Lakes, at Great Lakes at a, I think it was the Big Brothers Big Sisters event or something. I talked to him there. Yeah,
we've done that almost every year, I think, for the past 4 years.
Right, and it's really grown then. So you're obviously beyond high school now.
Yeah.
But you've turned this into active kindness. How's it going out there? I know you got team outfitters that are big supporters.
It's going very well. We've raised over hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Wow.
So actually now, we're a separate business turning into a charity next year.
Okay.
So me and my dad, we're the sole runners of the business, and we do it it's easier outside because then we have more things we can do.
Yeah, you don't got to follow as many rules.
Yeah, so we're not restricted anymore.
Yeah, fair enough.
So we're trying to transition to a registered charity next year.
Okay.
But for this year, we're just a business, and it's going very well. We're just getting to the end of the year, about to start buying gifts for people and help families in need.
Well, this is the time of year, too, where we really see a lot more. It's a tough time of year for a lot of families that don't have a lot of money. If you've got 3 kids or 2 kids or one kid, it's food costs go up, and then this time of year there's that pressure to have a good Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. So it's pretty much to help out, especially single parents who can't, if they have a lot of kids and they can't help them out, what's the best way we can make their Christmas the best it can be? Whether that's paying rent so they can get gifts, getting them gifts because they can't afford it.
Right.
So the goal is just to help as many people as possible.
That's awesome. Caden, how old are you?
I'm 18, turning 19 in 3 weeks.
Yeah, what a great for you young folks getting involved in the community and giving back. And I'm saying that sincerely because I think sometimes you young folks get a bad rap for not doing enough or whatever. And I see a lot of it in what I do. So kudos to you and your friends for stepping forward and doing that. And is there anything else you want to tell everybody about? Can we find you online, Facebook or something?
Yeah, so you can find us at Instagram. It's acts_of_kindness_you matter.
Okay.
And then I don't think we have Facebook, no.
Okay,
Same
Instagram's where it's at. What about TikTok?
TikTok's the same thing. Acts of kindness, you matter.
All right, we're live on TikTok. TikTok fans, go there and follow them right now. Facebook, go to Instagram. Give that support out there. And then can they order these shirts and stuff online as well?
Right now the link is down, but in the next 4 days, in 4 days from now, the link will be back up. We'll get it back running for the online sales to start pumping up again.
So they can send you a message and say, I'm interested.
You can send us a DM on Instagram, or just wait 4 days and the link will be back up for you to buy whatever it is you want.
Okay, right on. I think, they're making us famous there. They're following and everything. Right on. Caden, thank you so much for giving us your time here and stepping in. Good luck with everything. I'm going to go give you a follow, too. Yeah, we'll take those back from you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Nice young fellow there, Caden. They're doing the Act of Kindness. They got the T-shirts and everything. You can find them on Instagram and TikTok, Act of Kindness, act_of_kindness. And it all started back at Great Lakes. Great story.
Oh, cool.
So thanks to them for doing that. I asked them, it's so funny because we were talking about mental health, and then I discovered they were there, and then he told the story. It's such an important thing. It's been around forever, Connor. We've only in the last couple of years really started talking about it.
Just scratching the surface a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Sarnia Sting, you got to be smiling, and because you got up in the Jumbotron again.
Again.
It was like the first 30 seconds. I'm like,
I haven't
really?
even sat down yet.
He had to nudge you. I saw. He did, hey, we're up there. I was like, whatever.
Hey, if you sat down, you'd get up there.
And then I thought, no, if I sat down, they wouldn't put me up there. They'd be like, who's the guy? Somebody's calling me my 70s suit. There's a troll.
I like it.
I love it. I didn't dress for them anyway.
Yeah.
2-0 out there, and, two great goals. Lucas Fisher in there starting things off very early in the period, which is, I think, something the Sting needs, and then Jack Van Volsen in there.
Yeah, so important. Like I've talked about it before, the importance of the first goal of the game to get momentum in your corner and just be confident about where you can go with this game, because now you're 2 goals up. Seen it before, so you don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, because it's we won't talk about it, but this is a new coach, a new team. It's a whole new story.
Yeah, it's really great to see them. Like I say, coming out the racetrack out the gateway so quickly, right? And that's the kind of momentum, or that's what they need to start the momentum going here. Now coming into the second period, we saw a little bit of aggression out there, right? And I think it's going to get tougher in the second period, because the Sioux have got to be back there going, all right, this ain't happening.
Yeah, well, as much as we want to win, they don't want to lose to a team that's at the bottom of the standings, right? So
that's a long bus ride home back to the Sioux.
No kidding. Yeah, soggy subs on the way.
Right. But, no surprise from who got these goals. Lucas Fisher, we could talk all day about him, but Jack Van Volsen is another one who's really shown up for this Sarnia Sting club. He's
brought the offense when some other people maybe aren't carrying their weight, and he's been fantastic. Just pretty consistent for his whole time, in his whole tenure in Sarnia.
Yeah.
Like I said before, we had the guys come in, they get in hot. Caden Johnston from the Knights, he came in, he lit it up, and then he was out the door before we knew it. So
don't nice even know what happened there. It was blink and who?
Yeah, exactly, and he's gone. So it's really nice to see someone like Van Volsen show up and have a good impact on a team.
Yeah, well, the eyeballs are on too right now, because the scouts are still around. They're keeping an eye, and of course, we've talked about that balance between there's no I in team, but look at me and look what I'm doing. And, all of these players, all of them, I used to think a few years ago, well, they just want to play and go to school. But I think, look what we got here. Oh, that's part of active kindness. I think there's a piece that I used to think, they just want to play and go to school. But I don't play. I think they all want to make it to the next level. There's a reason why they're here, and they want the eyeballs on them, but they know they have to come together as a team. So there's that fine balance in there.
Yeah, well, you learn to. It's as much as you want to show your individual talents, you learn to play in a system with a team. It's how it goes in the NHL. It's not like there is no I in team. Everyone has to be putting out their best effort to get to the top of the league. You look at the team like Edmonton, who's been to the Cup Finals 2 years in a row, and now here they are struggling and dwindling out of the playoffs. So,
I know that. Yeah. Right? Yeah, and, look at the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, the fall from grace, right?
That was crazy. I think I told you I was in the Bahamas when that was going on. And the Friday night I was in the casino in the big sports betting room. It was probably the size of this arena. It was pretty cool.
Lots of Canadians
and
there.
It was 50-50. Well, I'll say 55 Canadian, but it was really close. And then Friday I left and went up to my room. I'm like, this is going to get stupid nuts.
Yeah, it's going to get ugly.
And then when it got ugly, I was up in my room. Thank goodness.
Smart guy. Nothing good happens after.
It was wild. But that just goes to show you, the fan support. And fans of any team are zealots. I've always said that. Like, I tease about the Leafs. They're zealots. They're loyal to the bone. No matter how much you screw up and how much of the complaining they do, they're still loyal to the bone, and it proves it by looking around here tonight.
Yeah. Get the fans back into it early. Everyone was loud. The second goal is even louder. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
To get one on the power play too is important to show that you can do it. Like we had struggles. We were doing okay for a little bit, but you start struggling with the power play, and then
the last 3 games on the road didn't go well on the power play.
Not good at all. So you get one early, and a great goal by Van Volsen, and that's another weight lifted off your shoulders. You get the first goal, you get your first power play goal. Go for a shorthanded, and go for an even strength.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, the confidence has got to be up a lot higher now. They're back in the locker room, and of course they're probably saying, see guys, like here we go, like we're capable. And I think this team really does know that they're capable. It's finding the sink in there. Do you think it's got a lot to do with those new lines that we saw here?
I think it definitely plays a factor. You know, you get a new line mate, you know, it's something new. You kind of been stuck in the same spot. There wasn't a lot of line switching when Allen was around, so I'm sure it's nice to get a new line mate, maybe mix things up and see what someone else beside you has to offer and how much he can impact your game.
Yeah, for sure. And Patrick Quinlan, as always, doing a great job out there. I mean, so far he stopped, I think it's 12 shots on goal or something like that. It might even be 13.
13 to 9,
yeah. So, I mean, that's, well, there's a name I wanted to talk about, actually, Chase Collin.
Yes.
What are you seeing of him out there?
He's not out there, actually.
No, but like what he has put out there to date.
He's great. He doesn't get a lot of time to shine his talents. I saw him at the Bagel Factory today, actually.
Oh, is that right?
Enjoying a bagel, yeah. I was going to ask him if he was playing, but I never got around to it.
Yeah,
it's a bummer to see him sit on the sidelines, and it's a stacked lineup for what we have. We have a lot of forwards. It's tough to bump people out of the lineup, you know. Kind of him and Carson Hall are in and out of the healthy scratches, but a full four lines, because sometimes we don't have all the forwards, you know. It's nice to have a healthy squad and have options, but yeah.
Well, and it's a tough call because, I mean, we had him at postgame here a few weeks ago, right, because he got his first OHL goal here with the Sting, and then you go, oh, okay, and then a whole lot of things changed, and then here we are tonight with a whole new lineup. But at the end of the day, those weeks are the countdown is definitely on for the rocket to take off, so to speak, right? And you've really, got to get more critical about your lines at this point.
Yeah, like I said, as much as it sucks to see a young player like that not get his time in on the ice, it's crunch time. You gotta go with your best lines, and if you see something you don't really like in practice, and you don't really have a choice other than to sit him down. And maybe it's not a punishment; it's more just just keep working, and you'll crack the lineup.
That's why there's 20-something, 26 players on the bench there, or something like that, and going. You want to give play time to everybody, but this isn't Little League.
No, it's
where
not.
Everybody gets to play. You've got to earn your way. And I will say, that's one thing Al Letang always said was you got to earn your way out onto that ice. But different philosophies out there. Do you think it's the coach that's making a difference right now, or is it just? Who knows?
It's an amalgamation of things. I said, like being at home, a new coach, new line mates. Like it looks like a new team, and assuming that they switch their power play around a little bit in the systems that they play, it's a lot to learn and a lot to. It's like I said, you don't want to talk about anything too early because they put 13 shots on net, so you got to find a way to limit their shots and chances because Quinlan can only stop so many. He could do a shutout for sure, but. You just give them the fewest amount of chances as possible. Give your goalie the best chance to win the game.
Well, it's bittersweet for the goalies. They'd love to have 50 shots on goal on them, right? And only let a couple in because that looks good on the stats. But
bumps your save percentage right up.
Right, but at the end of the day, that doesn't necessarily win the games either, right? But I think from what I can see, I have a tough angle here. You got a closer angle than I do. But from what I have been able to see, he's doing what Patrick Quinlan typically does. There's only been a few games this season where we really saw him struggle, whether he was, really, hey, how you doing? Right on. Cool, boys. Thanks for following. Right on, man. I love it.
That's great.
What a great choice to be on TikTok.
So cool.
And the what was I saying? Yeah, like we saw him struggle a few times, which I think he was really tired. There were a lot of back-to-back games, and there was a couple or two games here where we saw him off, and Millette was out there, but
and he dealt with that head injury early.
Right, that's where it's going towards, right? And he just keeps showing up. He keeps showing up, whether play hurt, whatever you want to call that, and he's done well for us.
He's been awesome. It sucks that he's committed to Notre Dame, I believe, next year.
Yes.
So this is our good year that we're going to get out of him, and I'm sure he wants to do as much as he can to prove that he can take it to that level too, to the college level, to the NHL level.
Well,
ideally.
When you sign on the dotted line and somebody else is, that's where I say the eyeballs are upon you. It's a little bit of a motivator, I guess, right?
Big time.
Yeah. What else are you seeing from your perspective down there? How's the vibe in your area?
It's good. It's looking good. There's a couple empty sections, but there always is. But I think, this is a great crowd for where we are in the standings. You got to be happy with everybody showing up and, like you said, loyal to the bone.
That's right.
Showing up, rain or shine.
Well, it could be worse. We could be
Sudbury. You could, yeah.
Well, I was talking about that. That's where Carter Costas went.
Yes.
Right? And
back home, I believe.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of egos out on that ice too, and it's like when you're taken away back to the lower team, how does that hit you?
Probably good on his part, because then he's going to crack the lineup, right?
Right.
So he was out of the lineup a lot here, and it was a bummer to see, especially after he worked so hard to come back from a devastating injury. Like, some people might retire after something like that. And he's back out there giving it his all. And it sucked to see him not get into the lineup. But so I really hope he does well in Sudbury and he makes the first line.
Yeah, cool. All right, we're going to end it here on Facebook, but we're going to go over to TikTok. I'll let Connor scroll through and see who we missed. And thanks to all of you. And don't forget to go to Act of Kindness, act_of_kindness on Instagram and TikTok. Go give them a follow. Check out what they're doing. Great local organization giving back into our community and supporting mental health. But 2-0 right now. It's only been 20 minutes. It felt like it flew by really fast. We'll see what the Sarnia Sting do when they come out here in the second period. Thanks again to Hughes Intelligence and, of course, Joe's Discount Tire and all of you for watching.
Thank you very much.
Until next time, 1, 2, 3.
Go Sting!